University of California, KUCR here at NAMM 2023 in Anaheim. And we're talking with Joey Krieger of AEA Microphones. Can you, first of all, before you tell us some history about this company, I remember you guys back in the 1980s when I had involved in constructing a studio in Hollywood, and I was talking with people there about what you guys do, and there was a person that we were working with who was involved with the company, and I've followed your growth over the years, so could you trace a bit more accurately the history of the company from then to what you do now?
So it all starts in the 1980s, before I was born. No, just kidding. But we did repairs for a long time, a lot of repairing the RCA 44s, and after that, I think Wes just made a bunch of the different parts, and after a certain amount of time, it was like, well, let's just make the mic whole. So they started making replicas. I think it was NAMM 1998. I was 2 years old. We launched the...
Keep doing that. It's okay.
The AEA 44 C, and that's this guy. We have 4 versions of that now, but the main AEA story is that we keep the RCA legacy alive using the big ribbons, the RCA style motor design, and similar transformers, and just have that openness, that transparency that RCA was known for. So we've expanded the collection. We have a whole bunch of other big ribbons that use the same big ribbon that the 44 uses, but using modern technology that they didn't have back in the day. Like we currently, we use neodymium magnets, we use active electronics, we use high ratio transformers with those active electronics, and all those together make something like the KU5, which is an active mic, which is like. Sorry, some guy just gave me a thumbs up. It uses a high ratio transformer. It uses active mic. It's a cardioid. It's super not sensitive. You can use it on snare. Like breaking all the rules of ribbons, but still keeping the RCA tradition alive by having been inspired by the BK5 or by the KU3A or by the 44. So yeah, and then to cap that all off. With a good passive microphone, you need a good ribbon preamp. So we have high input impedance, JFET gain, beautiful op amps inside that are just a very musical preamp that would go good with any microphone, but specifically ribbon microphones, and then a variety of EQ functionality stuff. So I don't know. What do you want to know?
Well, let's talk about the aesthetics of the microphones. You're going for a certain traditional look here. Why have you chosen to do that?
Well, in order to keep the RCA tradition alive and let people know, what we're all about. I mean, lots of people have said that the 44 was the first great music mic. So keeping that alive, and people love it. People feel very like there's a different feeling. Singing into. Like if the trash bag sounded exactly like this, it would feel different in the recording studio as you're singing your heart out into it. So having a good-looking mic is important for the performance as well. People
as distinct from a trash bag.
As distinct from a trash bag, which if you can make a trash bag sound, it would be interesting to do that A/B comparison of how that affected the vocal performance, but.
Why use a ribbon microphone? I'm going to just say, in terms of my own experience, a good sounding ribbon microphone the term I would use would be delicious audio. Why for you is a ribbon microphone a good choice?
Oh, I would say delicious is the technical term, mouth-watering, but I think the openness and the...
Languorous would be another.
Exactly. The openness, the transparency, and the... I think one thing that is really important about it is the cleanliness of the high frequencies. Because it's a ribbon, it doesn't have like those strange high frequency weirdnesses you get with some condensers, and the cleanliness of the off-axis response. So the frequency response stays the same as you go off-axis, as compared to a cardioid condenser or something. You are not getting that. So in terms of like more room mics, more room mic stuff for like stuff with the 88, which is our stereo mic, where you can record a whole band with one mic. It allows you to not have to worry as much about the placement of your musicians or the first reflections in the room, but still be able to get great tone.
Now, since the company began when it was repairing and modifying microphones, by the way, do you still do that?
Yeah, we still repair. We mostly repair RCAs and Coles. I think that's all we repair.
Okay. Since then, how many microphones do you have that you're manufacturing now?
I think our current lineup, we have 10 mics and 4 preamps.
And so you've also added electronics to the lineup. So what are the price range of the microphones and also of the preamp?
So our microphones, our most affordable model is the 92, and that's a passive high velocity, so near field microphone. You can really smack it. You can put it on guitar cab, on bass drum, not worry about blowing the ribbon. And this starts, I think we're at $899, $999, sub $1,000 for this right now. And then up from there we go to the Nuvo series, which is another near field, but this is an active. We have a far field version of this as well. So they're the sibling mics, so a near field and a far field. The far field is in black. You can think of the far field as like half of an 88, thus the N8. And then up from there, these can go for like around 4K, depending on which version you get. We have the sexy version and the affordable version. They each have the option of having extra magnets in them as well. So double the neodymium magnets, you get 6 dB more output, lower noise floor, all that fun stuff. And these are all passive. And then if you go to the really high end with this guy over here, we got a active 44. So it has active electronics, it has the high extra magnets, and it's beautiful.
And where are they manufactured?
We're all manufactured, handmade in Pasadena, California.
Still the same.
36 minutes north of here, maybe 50 minutes north of here.
Okay. Now, I recall AEA as standing for Audio Engineering Associates. Is that correct?
That is correct. We pretty much just go by AEA ribbon mics and preamps now, just because audio is an inherited name, Audio Engineering Associates, because Wes was dealing with a lot of audio engineers. He was associated with them. And I guess we still are associated with audio engineers, but we are also ourselves audio engineers associated with ourselves, so it still works.
What was Wes's? Is Wes still around?
Yeah, Wes is
still
around.
Oh my gosh. I just stepped in it, didn't I? What's his last name?
Wes Dooley is over.
Sam, yeah.
You can interview him after.
Okay, all right. Maybe I'm too embarrassed to do that. So
he's doing big ribbon stories down here, just talking about why big ribbons have been so successful and so well used in studios across the land.
Okay, well that's certainly a name I recall from the guys I spoke to him.
You can find him with a top hat wandering around, and go tell him your big ribbon stories, and he'll be happy to hear them and write about them in upcoming blog posts or encyclopedias or whatever.
Second to last question. What makes your microphone stand out in the admittedly limited number of manufacturers of ribbon microphone, including one right over there?
I'm not going to name any names. I mean, it's tough. I think everyone is doing cool things. The fact that anyone is doing ribbon mics at all and keeping that alive is a beautiful thing and should be applauded. That being said, we have the RCA tradition to thank. Other people have the Bang & Olufsen tradition to thank. We prefer, with every design, you're making engineering trade-offs. So sometimes the trade-off for the motor design is to increase the output and maximize that output by any means necessary. But that comes with some, like a little loss of high frequency response that you are sacrificing in order to increase the output. We go the other direction, where we have a motor design that has a dog bone shape, and that decreases the front to back path, increases the high frequency response. Maybe you could argue slightly decreases the output, and thus, can affect signal to noise ratio and whatnot. But with something like the 44, you don't have that. But you have to get something this big in order to get the Gauss through the magnet to not have to worry about that noise floor stuff. So, I mean, a lot of it is you'll know it when you hear it. So look up the shootouts on YouTube between all the different types of mics. Lots of people doing lots of cool stuff, us included.
So everybody knows. Actually, I have two more questions. Everybody knows the ribbon microphones are great for vocals. Are they good for anything else?
They are good on everything. If it sounds good being in the room with it, then a ribbon microphone is good on it.
If someone wants more information about AEA, where can they find it?
They can check out our website, aearibbonmics.com. Check out our new products. We got some new preamps that we just released, and also a bunch of videos of different people doing really cool stuff with our mics, doing one mic recordings of full bands. We got a listening library online of on every instrument you could think of. That's not true. There's a lot of stuff we need to do still, but a lot of instruments, a lot of different, all of our mics on a variety of the common instruments you're going to record, a bunch of different types of vocalists. And follow us on Instagram, I guess. I don't use Instagram, but I'm here. It's a hip place to be.
I thought I saw you on Instagram.
They post me sometimes.
Okay, Joey Krieger of AEA Ribbon Microphones, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
University of California, KUCR at NAMM 2023.